Alright, hi, how's it going? So, yeah, if any of you ever had any of those moments where you're talking about something and you're talking about a certain topic, and then all of a sudden, after you've talked about that topic, you get kind of a whole other insight into that topic that's just like huge. You're just like, why didn't I talk about that before? You know, that's gigantic. I should have included that. Well, that happened to me. I mean, that actually just happened to me because I did a video a few days ago on the Spartans, where I talked a lot about the Spartans and a lot about, their government, how their government was set up. And I was kind of thinking about it and whatnot, and I got to thinking that they had a government that was set up to be completely devoid and free from any kind of chicken hawk type politician. And that's very interesting. Something that, because I know, for example, like the Iliad, there is mention in the Iliad of men that were 50, 60 years old that had never served in the military that would speak, very militantly about policy, that, be very aggressive and very militant, and yet these guys had never served. So the Spartans, what's interesting is their government was set up to actually avoid that kind of stuff. I know, for example, like in the modern world, you'll see the same sort of thing, right? You'll see a politician who will be, very much a warmonger, very hawkish. Then you see the guy, 5 deferments. So, the Greeks, they knew of the tendency of people to get like this. So that was why they set their government up the way they did. Remember last time I said with the Greeks, you had, the Spartan military apparatus. All those men were called the equals. They were the warriors. They had this powerful military machine. They lived in these barracks, until they were 60 years old. Almost kind of reminiscent of those guys on the wall in Game of Thrones that wear black, the watch, the Night's Watch. Sort of reminiscent of that. These Spartans lived in these barracks, for many, many years. They married, but the purpose of marriage was to create more equals, more Spartan warriors. So, very militant society. But once these Spartans became 60 years old, they could become part of the council, as I said. They could become one of the elders. And remember, I said the council was made up of the kings and the elders. And the kings would go out on the battlefield. The elders were military veterans who had fought in many battles. So you didn't have any sort of chicken hawk kind of individual in this government. It was completely free and devoid of any of that. And, I thought that was interesting. The thought occurred to me that they had kind of set this up that way, to where you wouldn't get those types of people. Because those types of people, like I already said, were mentioned in the Iliad. The Iliad makes mention of that. It just kind of shows, things never change. Human nature does not change. Technology does. So I just kind of wanted to give my 2 cents on that. I, had kind of an insight into that, and I just thought I would share it. So, if you watch this, again, I do thank you for watching. Have a good day.